Hey, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another reading. Now, this one's going to be a bit more light-hearted because I know some of my readings can be super serious, super deep, um, and you almost have to brace yourself for them sometimes. Well, at least that's what you guys are telling me. I'm sure there's some humour sprinkled in there and some lightheartedness, but generally, most of the messages I get are kind of more serious messages about how the message resonated or how it helped them. So this reading is going to be about sexy. And before you saucy motherfuckers out there start licking your lips and getting excited that you got a bit of a sexy show to come, this isn't like so let's begin here. This is going to be like what your partner or your future partner, the person you're dating possibly, however it resonates, how they find you sexy. So what this reading isn't going to be about is, if you're a girl watching this, how this guy really likes when you arch your back and throw it back. And if you're a dude watching this isn't about when you come out of the shower and your let's just say your lightning rod is steamy, hot and hard. This is not that reading. This is more the reading of well, to be honest, as you guys know, I never really know exactly what's going to come through. But I'd imagine it's more along the lines of, when you see a you see your dude or your partner like holding a baby and you haven't had children, and there's something caring but sexy about it. Or if you're a guy watching this and your partner's a female, and I don't know, something silly. Like she wears one of your shirts that's oversized, and she's got nothing on underneath it. Like one of those kind of things. Well, no, because that's going back to my first point, which this is meant to not be. But I'm trying to keep it away from X-rated, but I've got no idea how the YouTube strikes and stuff like that works. But I've probably got 100 of them. By the time they catch on to this channel, it's probably gonna be over. So enjoy this series while you can. But like back to your partner, like back to your girl, kind of walking around with the shirt oversized. I'm trying to tap into the emotion there of how it's not necessarily always 100% sexual, although it is sexy. You know, there's something about that which is like, it, it it's almost like the foreplay before you get to the sexual, if that makes any sense to you at all. So that's what this reading is going to be about, those kind of little things, without it being about sex per se. It's going to be touching on, those little traits that your partner, your, your husband, wife, person you're dating, or your future partner sees in you. So as always, pile number ones, pile number twos, and pile number threes. We'll get stuck into pile number ones first. Okay, pole number one's really quite a simple image today. Just trying to center that for you. Really, really simple. Wasn't expecting that. What do you see? What do you feel? Um, Still got my sore throat in this reading. I'm not sure when exactly I'm putting out this video though, so it may well be the same sore throat from the last video that you saw, or a new one, who cares. The kind of the key word that came through, and again feel free to pause the video, was actually like lovey-dovey. So the energy here is lovey-dovey. This is the pile, which if you listen to my introduction, you'd be like, what the hell's going on here? This ain't us. I don't know, it could be. Behind closed doors, it could be. But to be honest, with this energy, there's a maturity. Not to say mature people can't be saucy, but there's a maturity here, and I'm really caught in like the gaze of this couple. So I'm picking out here masculine and feminine energy. Apply that how it seems fit for you. There's a simplicity here, but there is a lot of clues. The man in this image is in front of the female, which implies to me that the female is letting the masculine lead. So this is going to be one of those readings. I might separate the two at the end, but generally I'm going to be talking about both energies simultaneously, so just apply it to you as it seems fit. So there's a beauty in, there's a stunning eye contact, although you can't visually see it. In terms of the body language, there's like a striking gaze upon each other. So I think in that sense, one could argue that with this couple or this situation, there's definitely the sexual or sexy energy between the gaze, between the eyes, and not just in the physical gaze, but in the body language. It's almost like it's quite a hard thing to explain this, actually, how this is coming through, but it's like see if I can reach over one of my headphones. It's probably going to be a disaster, but we'll give it a try. So pile number one's, it's almost like the edge of this end of this headphone would be the gaze, the eye contact. But when that eye contact is made, it creates a whole momentum. Wait, I'm trying to make it a circle. That'll kind of do. It's not kind of doing it justice, because I'd like to show you it in this direction. Okay, that kind of works. So this is the eye gaze in the middle, and the body language is doing this in reaction to this eye gaze. So the eye gaze is at that core of this energy, but it makes the whole bodies of you both do this. And quite a crude example, but it would be almost like when a dog looks at you and the tail wags, it's like the dog isn't even conscious that its tail is wagging, probably. It's just a chain reaction to the excitement or happiness or pleasure. So I know it's a crude example, but without completely confusing you with the headphones, I think that kind of nails the point a little bit. And one could say that, that same eye contact leads to that sexual stimulation. We all know what that looks like with male and female. So, you know, there is a bit of sexiness to it as well. So, like I said, the energies here seem to be of the maturer type. So, I don't know why, because this isn't necessarily to do with the sexiness, or maybe it is that I get the feeling that these two enjoy like nature walks, and almost more common than nature walks, almost like a walk in the park. I can imagine these two like sitting on a bench talking, or not even talking, just like watching the birds, possibly even feeding the birds. Um, just watching the birds and how they're interacting, and then every 10 minutes or 5 minutes looking up at each other with that same gaze. So yeah, really romantic. Wow. Go my part ones. And there's a calmness in this reading. It's like there's not much drama. I like that. I wouldn't say I'm jealous, but I salute you part ones, because there's an energy here which seems, I think with that maturity, you have gained almost like a drama-free relationship. There doesn't seem to be much arguing here. Maybe that's due to like a mutual respect. So in terms of like the physical, which is quite obvious here, the feminine obviously has some beautiful hair going on. Now when I say beautiful, despite however I draw my drawings, this doesn't mean the beauty is in the literal, i.e. that it's black and it's straight. This could be beauty of any kind, curly, nappy, blonde, brown, pink, whatever the type or colour, is not really the main point here. Is that it has a beauty to it. It has almost a shine to it. It has a silkiness to it, and that's even if it's curly, like I said, or if you've got afro hair. It's got a feeling that you almost want to touch it. I'm getting that vibe, and I feel like for my feminines out there, whatever gender your person might be, they enjoy that physical trait to you, something about the way it moves. And I've got a feeling here that actually you just kind of keep it well, like I've got a feeling that you kind of just, you look after it somehow, like even if it's like washing it a lot, you know. There's some people out there, it's like every time you smell their hair, it's like, it smells like it's just been washed, because it probably has, you know. There's other people who don't wash their hair so regularly. Now, I'm not saying that they've got like unclean hair. It's just they don't need that absolute freshness every single day. And this feminine energy seems to have that just naturally, just through their own choice. Could possibly even be a Virgo. The masculine energy here, he has kind of a seriousness to him. And again, don't get gender rage on me. But he's got a seriousness to him. But like also, I feel like they have a tough shell, but they can. I feel like this masculine energy shows their vulnerability specifically through conversation, not through the way they act. So it's the type of conversation where, like, for example, with the feminine energy, as long as she asks the right question, that masculine energy will give her a deep, vulnerable answer. He's not afraid to talk about his vulnerabilities, but he's not the type of person who's going to be necessarily crying it out or hugging it out or dwelling on it. So an example of this, just to give you a specific example, would be like if the feminine energy was to ask, did anything traumatizing happen to you in your childhood? Because you seem to have this perfect childhood. And the masculine energy to respond like, absolutely not, X, Y, and Z happened. It affected me in this way. In many ways, I still feel like I'm recovering from it. I obviously turn this into a 10-minute conversation or longer, but I feel like the feminine almost finds that really sexy. Is that the slight moment that she thinks that he's got a blind spot in an area, he seems to show that he's actually observed and worked on that area. You know, I feel like she's almost finds it sexy. She finds it sexy how he's or how the masculine energy surprises her with how much self-work he's actually done. That's the way I could summarize it for you. I hope that makes sense. You know, some of these channeled messages, they're coming to me like for the first time ever, you know, like, so my brain hasn't even adapted to these messages, if that makes sense. So if they ever come out a little bit scattered, it's because, like, when spirit hits me with something, it's like I haven't even taken my mind there before. So the communication of that message isn't always as sharp, or as, maybe sharp is the wrong word, but like exact as I want it to be. But I think that kind of made sense. So pile number ones, that's your reading. I hope it made sense to you. I hope you was able to get some value from it. If you did, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Right, pile two. I'm still sniffing away. Apologies. Sitting on the energy. What have we got for you, you sexy bunnies? No bad bunnies and my saucy bunnies. Seems to be a bunny energy actually coming through. Actually, see what spirits got for us. Okay, getting an energy here. apologies for my voice. Completely different energy from pile number ones. This almost feels to me almost a little bit more like comic-y, like in style. Again, almost like possibly a little bit, is it like role play? Again, take it as it resonates. Doesn't resonate, doesn't resonate. I've got to say, I do love the way that the hair is drawn here again. That is a similarity of pile number one's different style. But it's interesting how that hair is coming through so boldly again. I don't know why, but let's just check the camera. Okay, yeah. A little bit like wonky there, but I get the energy here. To draw a sun above them. Don't really know why that is, but okay, so there's a vibe here. I'm gonna keep talking through the church bells, sorry. I've kind of waited for the church bells before and it just kept on going. You might be getting married, you might be, this person might be a husband and wife scenario. There might be a seriousness here in the relationship, hence why the bells. So yeah, so much energy in this reading, which I love. Just trying to sit on it and understand the dynamic. So we're, for the sake of this reading, we're going to assume this is the feminine and this is the masculine energy behind. I feel like the clear message for the feminine is safety. She feels, or whatever gender, feels safe. I don't think that can be denied in this reading. I feel like if there was an atomic bomb going off behind, which almost the sun could represent, almost like protecting her from the light. I feel like anything could go off behind this masculine energy and she feels safe behind. It's almost a rock. It's almost like one of those old stone statues. So I think that in itself, is almost a key highlight to this reading. There's a feeling of safety, and that's probably what she finds sexy about this masculine energy. You know, let's say if it was getting physical, there's no doubt in her mind that if someone tried to bang through the door, her man was going to look after her or protect her. There's a feeling of feeling protected here. And I guess that enables her to be, or the feminine energy to be in um, an easier kind of a relaxed mode. She seems really happy to me as well. There's something about this character which, and pull this apart however you see fit, pile number twos. But it's like there doesn't seem to be, and I wish there was a bit more lovingness coming from my masculine energies today in these readings. But it feels like the feminine creates her own happiness. I think that's quite an important thing. In fact, thank you, Lord, thank you, Spirit. I think that's what the masculine finds intriguing, sexy, and attractive about her is that she doesn't need him for happiness. Boom. One could argue that the masculine energy has a little bit of a dull side to him. He's clearly not cracking jokes like me on here. He's a little bit dull. And that's no shade. I'm not throwing no shade on anyone out there. But you might be like, if you're a dude listening to me, you're like, damn, yeah, he right, actually, I wouldn't be cracking jokes like this on a reading if I was to be doing it. You the friend where I'm cracking jokes and you just got a serious face on like it ain't funny, but I'm still laughing. Like I would be in the feminine energy here. Yeah, that's so right. Look. Okay. We got it. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Spirit. The feminine energy. She's got that part that I've got, which is when you basically create your own entertainment. And it doesn't matter if you're male or female watching this. Some people just have that ability. And I'm not throwing shade on anyone here, but I came to this realization recently. Like there's extroverts who enjoy being around people because, as we all know, extroverts actually replenish their energy from being around people, and they can kind of do it in a healthy way, which is beneficial to them. And then you have extroverts who they like being around people because they can't stand their own company. They get bored easily. They're always seeking attention. They have to create their entertainment from others. I don't know, like, I'm getting this weird story, like the masculine energy could have had like a parent like that, a mother or a father, and it kind of repulses them. So when they've met you, being the feminine, or in this case, met the feminine, they see that trait in you, which is very natural, that you're able to create your own happiness in life, you're able to create your own entertainment. And it doesn't matter if you're an introvert or an extrovert. I just used an extrovert as an example because we more commonly associate them with kind of going outside themselves for entertainment, if you like. So the feminine here could be an extrovert or an introvert, it doesn't matter. But she's able to grasp creating her own humour, creating her own laughter, creating her own jokes. She's the type of character which doesn't mind looking foolish in order to humour herself. Also, clearly here, we can see a vulnerability, so she clearly doesn't mind, or the feminine energy clearly doesn't mind looking vulnerable, almost a little bit childish here, in order to express the emotion or the feeling that she wants to express, which is, I just want to hug you in the sun. So, you might look at that and go, everyone's like that, but really everyone is not. I'm sure, in fact, part number two is you can think of a feminine energy in your family or friendship group, which they are so scared of being vulnerable that it just ends up being a suppressed energy within themselves, when really all they want is actually that feeling. So it might seem like I'm talking basic stuff here, but actually it surrounds us. You could probably walk into a shop and see someone who could do with that hug, who's in that feminine energy but could do with that hug, but they're too proud, or they're too interested in being in their masculine energy all the time, or they're scared. The list goes on. They're just scared sometimes. So the masculine energy, well, like I said, I think I kind of nailed it there with the protector. But I feel like the masculine energy, maybe what the feminine energy finds sexy here also is the masculine has, now I'm going to say this very specifically, and it's for you to unravel pile twos. Very specific what I'm going to say in this sentence. The masculine energy has accumulated mass. The masculine energy has accumulated mass. And kind of what Spirit's almost just given me there is like masculine mass. So how mass was coming to me in this reading was mass as in like a consuming of something, a mass amount of money, a mass amount of muscle, a mass amount of weight, a mass amount of, do you see, creativity, a mass amount of stubbornness. I want you to insert what seems fit there, but there's something about the mass of something which is attractive to the feminine. Now, we all know that feminines or females are usually attracted to money, as much as they deny it. Look, go at me if you like. Put your hate in the comments. If it's too harsh, I'm just going to delete that shit anyway. Get the fuck out of here. But what Spirit wants you to do is go beyond, for my feminines watching this, go beyond money, the mass of money. Like there's something in this masculine energy which he's accumulated that you find sexy, and like Spirit was really making it clear to me, pause on that. He's accumulated mass of what is it like? See, something that comes to me just as I'm saying that is like mass confidence as well. Like again, the feminine energy tends to be attracted to mass confidence, but figure out what it is for you. I hope I haven't given it to you because I really want you to unpick it yourself, but me with my with my blabbermouth, I've probably given it to you. So pile number two is on that beautiful note. I'm gonna end the reading here. Thank you for being here as always. Beautiful reading today. It's given me a reason to pause because there was a lot of gems in this one. If you liked the video, please do remember to like, comment and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Okay, pile number three is still recovering. God bless you for hanging in there with me. Just snotting everywhere in these readings. And the irony of me calling it sexy when I've got my most gross voice. And what nastiness is this? Pal freeze. Are you my nasty pal? You're like, yeah. Give us the dirty shit. Zed, Pile 3's like, yeah, we don't care about this, not. Oh man, I love you guys. I love you guys. And I know there's someone out there who this is resonating with, like 100%. Because spirit doesn't lie. So there might be 90% of you who's like, what the hell's going on here? But there's 10% of you who's just cracking up when I'm doing these. I know it, because I can feel it. Okay, Part 3s, without further ado, or whatever that saying is, let's get stuck into it. Part 3, my nasty ones. Okay, let me pause on this energy. I am getting the colour red coming through already. The colour red. You may be playing with that darker energy, which there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm almost getting like red leather. Red leather. Oh. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, sorry, just give me a second with this. Yeah, okay. Sorry for the background noise if you're picking up on that. Part number 3s. Before I colour this in, there was a little bit of an energy here of like I can't remember what they call it, like, you know those, is it dirty blonde they call it? If you just rewind this video, there's an energy of like, you know when someone's got like dark hair coming through, but it was dyed blonde for that feminine energy there. Let's just check that we're in camera. Yeah, and I think I've kind of, I should say, we've successfully kind of nailed that energy. Um, it's quite a hard thing to do actually. I'd say. No, I'm gonna leave it. I was gonna touch it a bit more, but I'm gonna leave it. I think if there's something a little bit missing, it would be a little bit more movement. So it wouldn't be the actual moment that they're having intercourse, um, but it would be a little bit more passionate. Like, it's beautiful the way it works. It's perfect. But I would almost want to make like a second part to this where they're a bit more closer in. At the moment, it's like it's almost like it's the very first time. This might mean something to you. Part number 3 is it's almost got that energy like it's the very first time. Like there's a hesitance there. There's a hesitating there. And that is not because, again, I'm just giving you the energy here. This would be the masculine, this would be the feminine. It's not a hesitance of neither of them want it. It's more of a hesitance of them holding back, both of them holding back. So yeah, like let's say for example, like an obvious one, it almost gives me a work environment vibe, and like this masculine energy is about to like pin her against the wall type vibe, but it's like it's not happening here though, because they're both holding back for some reason. I guess this, spirit is like just blows my mind sometimes, because whenever I'm doing these readings as well, like spirit, I've got to be honest, like at least for me, when I'm channeling like that kind of pure God spirit, there is no cursing, and there is no like raw sex. To be honest, it's very I don't know the word, the energy, but it's very respectful. To be honest, it's a very respectful energy. So whenever you do catch me throwing that in, that's just like my vibration getting into the reading. But spirit has kind of given me this message very clearly, which didn't need any kind of sexual adaptations. Although I know I'm dealing with my power 3, so you're the sauciest out of all of them, clearly. The word that would apply for both the masculine and feminine energy here would be, what you find sexy about each other is the temptation. It's the fact that you shouldn't be doing it. So if that's in the context that you're in, if it's that both of you have got partners, there's a side here which is really, really, really undoubtedly fueled by the fact that you, in some way or in one way or another, you shouldn't be doing it. It is the boss and the secretary, or it is the work colleagues who, have partners already, or it's the work colleagues where anyone can burst into that room at the moment. It's in the printer room. And like I said, I feel like it's not gonna go down fully here. Like there's a energy which is like, you know, these two characters aren't just about to just start slamming into shit and just tearing it up. Again, I'm trying to be as far away from X-rated as I can. Like I said, there's the intensity there of I want you, but I'm holding back, and I do feel like that's from both energies, the masculine and feminine. Um, I'm gonna just tap back into the energy of. You can tell me in the comments what it means when, you know, is it like dirty blonde or burnt blonde, something like that. I've got no idea, you know, about like women's hairstyles and stuff like that, but I'm sure I've heard that, like when the hair's blonde, dyed blonde, but the roots are coming through. There's a word for it, and it kind of reminds me for some reason like Latino or Brazilian, South American. The feminine energy, maybe listening to this may be that, but then like it switched to, you know, this character could be black, Asian, anything, but that initial energy, like what I'm trying to say here, as it stands, the race could be anything. I'm definitely getting, you know, like black, white, Asian. But when it first came through, there was definitely like South American, Latino, and then that disappeared. Obviously, when I coloured the hair in, so it's like spirit was trying to give me that. I feel like to pass on, maybe for some confirmation for some of you out there. Yeah, and the masculine energy seems to be like the confident type, as well as this look but don't touch energy that's clearly coming through in this reading. And you know, it's almost like she's touching his abs. I don't even know if the guy's got any abs, but like she's attracted to his stomach. So there's something there. But like I get the vibe of also like he's got confidence. Like I think the main thing is the look but don't touch. I think that is like 80% of what both of you find sexy about each other. It's a strong 80% there. Now I'm just sprinkling it with the 20%. Like, so there's something to do with the guy's or the masculine energies, confidence, possibly even his position, like his skill, like he's good at something, like a leader in something. And then the feminine energy, like I said, is look but don't touch. The masculine is mainly attracted to. She does have like a sense of elegance, kind of a softness to her. Feminine. She's basically. Sorry, I'm spitting all over the page. It's getting well too juicy. It's getting wet up in here. Oh fuck. He's basically attracted to her feminine energy. You know, like, I'm not sure if any of the feminines listening to this can relate, but when a man just looks at you like he wants to devour you, it's got that energy. It's like you've got you don't even have to be an innocent feminine watching this, but you know that there's something that you can do where you put those little, I don't want to say puppy dog eyes, but you know, like those eyes where you kind of look up, which ironically she's doing. You put those eyes, do those eyes in that way, you know, you act all like soft and gentle, like you couldn't harm a fly. And depending on if the attraction's there, it just turns the man into a lion, into a beast. Um, and I feel like that's the thing that you unlock in him. You've got like you're one, you're like 5 minutes away from playing the violin, um, like or a harp. In captivity by a big scary gangster or something like that, you know, like some big scary mafia boss, and you're like the purest little petal known to man, and the only one who can save you is this what seems to be this lion who you might be working with. You know, it's got that vibe to it. Again, completely different to part 1 and 2. That's what I got for you. That's what I got. Part number 3 is if you enjoyed the reading, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com. As always, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this amazing reading with me. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.